Hey guys, in this video we're going to do a Malifaux table, desert style. So I'm going to put this together. I put on the camera just to show you guys. I figured you guys might want to watch it. So here you go. There's multiple parts. This is part one. Enjoy. Okay, for Malifaux, we went ahead and just made a 3x3 board. We're not making this modular. Took some pink foam and put them together. Now, the thing is in California, it's hard to get this stuff. They sell it as craft foam. So what I had to do was cut it out and then put dowels in and then just glue them together. Now, I made a really big boo-boo, which is I forgot to foundation the actual board. So these boards are not glued on to hard MDF to keep it held together, which I could just go ahead and do later. So what you're seeing right now is I'm just writing out and marking out the layout that I want. What you see down here, coming down the middle, is a dry riverbed. Those two bigger, marked out areas are the the climbing hills of the rock formation. Now on the flat side of the table, we'll have some ruined buildings, show that there used to be an old town and everything there. So we'll start building up the layers using 1-inch pink foams. Now we'll just mark out some spots and get us as close as we can. The outlines I'm going to use to cut along with. It doesn't have to be precise of what I planned out originally, but really all it is just, get as close as you can. Now we'll go ahead and build it up. I'm going to speed this up so you just watch it and you'll see how it all becomes and comes together. Here's one of my dipper moments. What I did was when I cut out that large piece, I went back and cut it again for the other side. So, whoopsies. So what happens here is you see the cracks there. Those is where I cut it. I just put it back together again. So what we'll do now is glue it down with wood glue. I forgot what brand this is, but just use it liberally, put it down, and then put heavy stuff on top of it. And I let it sit for a few hours to let it start getting to that dry point where it won't shuffle around, and then we move to the next step. Okay, here's the plan for the second level. There's the incline up to the second level, and then we'll put a bridge. I wanted to have a suspended bridge in the back type of thing there. Probably the town, made a bridge so that they just walk across easily over the river when it was running. So here's the plan and layout. I did make a little boo-boo. I'll explain that in a little bit. This is when I realized my mistake. It wasn't high enough. So we'll go ahead and just fill it up. I'm gonna make like, a third level, so it'll be a little higher, so we'll have the bridge on the third level of the layering. So I had to fill it all in and stuff with little pieces. Now there's all these gaps and stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and just like stick little pieces of foam in there to fill it up, and then when we spackle it, the table, it'll fill it up and it'll be no problem. By this time we're doing, I think, the fourth level, and there's not much planning. Just got to make sure that there's the walkways into going onto the bridge and stuff. So by this time I'm kind of winging it. Okay, by this point we're not going to add another level, so we'll just go ahead and double up on the bigger pieces of the third level or fourth level. I don't know which level this is right now, but as you can see here, I'm just doubling it up, the layers, so that it'll be more of walls and stuff like that. Okay, now we're going to have to grout out the riverbed, just make it lower than the actual plane of the actual, main floor. So I'm going to take one of these big files and just going to grout the crap out of it. Now it's going to make a huge mess, so I'm going to have to vacuum in between. Now the way I dug into it, it's leaving a lot of texture mix and stuff. We want to flatten it a bit, so taking a steel brush here and then just brushing along the big pieces that are sticking out, just to knock it down a bit. So this is a great way to do it. Now we just take a block sander and just sand it down a bit, smooth it out as much as you can. Now there's going to be some gaps in the the river itself, but that's okay. I think we'll be okay with it. So what we're going to do is take a retractable blade and smooth out some of the sides and the edges and stuff. That really doesn't matter because we're going to cover it up later on. I'll explain it later. But we'll go ahead and also make the inclines here for the levels to go up. When you're walking up, it's just an incline. And once we carve out the incline, we'll go in and take the block sander and just sand it down and smooth it up a little. So that completes part 1 of the video series. Hope you stay tuned for part 2. In part 2 we're going to go ahead and glue on bark onto the sides of the mountain sides. So you're going to see how that works. We're just going to use tree bark. It's a great way to make rock texture. So that's it, guys. Remember to like if you like this video, sub if you haven't already, and just leave any comments or suggestions if you have any down in the video description below. I'll talk to you guys later.